Hey there guys, in today's video I am going to show you how to make a quick and easy foraging donut. It's a toy that is very easy to put together, very inexpensive to put together, and can be used for a variety of species. So small, medium, large parrots are all going to enjoy this, but then even things like rodents. You could also change up what you're putting in there. This could be useful for things like dogs and cats. So if you guys want to see how I put this together, you want to go ahead and stick around because that's going to be coming up right after this. Hey there guys, this is Jack over at Hi Red Bird, where I am tirelessly working to find new ways to make the keeping of exotic animals and pets more exciting, more affordable, and ultimately more enjoyable. And in this video, I do want to show you guys how I put together a quick and easy foraging toy. I've been putting together a couple of these videos, and you guys seem to really enjoy them. So if there is anything you guys would like to see in terms of ways to put together different toys, go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section down below, because I would love to hear that. If you guys are enjoying these videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you guys want other ways that you can participate, I also have an Instagram account that's going to be Hi Red Bird over on Instagram. And usually you'll get little sneak peeks at the videos that are going to be coming up, because it's a lot easier to take a photo than it is to put a video together. So I'll usually have photos of items before I have the video ready to go, so you can go ahead and check that out. I've also had a couple of people reach out to me. They want to see how they can support the channel. So I have set up a Patreon account as well, so you can go ahead and get the information for that in the description section of the video down below. But with all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into making this really inexpensive, really easy toy. This is, again, one of my favorite things to do if I'm crunched for time, because I can put one of these together very quickly. Usually what I will do, I will make a lot of these all at the same time, because the main thing this is going to be using is a paper lunch bag. Those are going to come in an order of 50, 100, or even more if you buy them from bulk retailers or anything like that. Of course, I do know right now that a lot of people are not wanting to leave their homes, so I will find, again, links to all of the items you need to put this together, so I'll put that in the description box as well. Most of these things are going to be things that you can find at your local grocery store, at dollar stores. I do always encourage you guys, go ahead, look around, see what you can find. The quality of items at your dollar store versus your grocery store versus a big box store versus online. It's always up to you to assess the items that you're using in bird toys, make sure that they are safe for the animals that you are putting them together for. But I also do know right now that a lot of people are just not wanting to leave their homes. So, going ahead and finding the links to things so that you guys can just click and have the items you need, have it delivered to your home so you can put this together. I know that definitely helps some people too. So that will be available in the description box down below. All right, guys. Now, the basics of putting this toy together are reasonably straightforward. Most of these are probably going to be things that you do already have around your house, or if you don't, they're going to be very easily obtained. So the first thing you're going to need is just a brown paper lunch bag. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some fillable material. In this instance, I'm going to be using shredded paper. And then you're going to need some fun things to put into your foraging donut as well. So I do have some pre-made foot toys. And I also do have a little bit of a seed mix that's going to be going in there as well. Now, a couple of things. I didn't make these foot toys. I got them in a giveaway bag when I was speaking at a conference. But they're really good, sturdy foot toys, so I'm really happy with those. And then another thing is I'm not going to use that much of the seed mix. It's just the best container that I had available. Because I do have a set of measuring cups specifically for animal feed. If you live with other people, especially other people who are not as insane as you are and willing to do as many different things for animals, one of the best things I can recommend is having a complete separate set of measuring devices, all of that. Now, so for our foraging donut, what we're going to do is we're going to take our brown paper bag. You can try to cut it as close to that line as possible, try to get as much of it as you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right there. Now that's going to give me a couple of things. This is the portion I'm going to be using. This is the portion I am not going to be using. And if I can open it, which it apparently doesn't want to. There we go. Now I have a section, I can use that as a different piece of enrichment all on its own. I can put small pink things in there, go ahead, fold up the top. I can go ahead, widen it out, use that as a temporary feed bowl. If you really wanted to reinforce it, fold that lip down on itself. So then this would be twice as strong, reinforced. You could have a temporary bowl right there, change where you're feeding your animal. That would be a great thing to just change things up. But so we're going to be using this portion right here. Now all we are going to do is fold it over on itself. And I'll let you guys know right now, it's going to be a little bit finicky until the point that you get the entire thing folded over on itself. Once you get the entire thing folded over on itself, it's really easy to work with. And then just take it up incrementally until you have both sides even with each other. So now you can see that we have folded that ring over on itself and we have created a donut shape. So now all we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our filler material. Just go ahead, sprinkle that around. Now I'm using shredded paper here, but if I am making these, in a bulk order, which I usually do because I'm not just enriching one animal, I'm usually enriching a variety of them. So I'll make, 15 or 20 of these at a time. I really like to use something like hay. It's a natural material. It's not going to be something that the birds normally get, but it's also going to be something that, these toys can be used for a variety of different species. You can use them on things like, rodents, rabbits, hedgehogs, ferrets. All of those things are going to like these. So then I can also just take some little foot toys, just sort of work them in there. There you go. And then like a little bit of this seed mix as well. It's a seed mix, but it does have some dried papaya in there. The only thing I'm going to advise, especially if you're planning on making these in a bulk order like this, like I normally do, you want to avoid wet foods, because realistically, I could take a plastic container. These bags are usually going to come in an order of 50 or 100. I could make all of them and just put them in a plastic container and they would be fine. But if you put wet food in there, they're going to go bad pretty quickly. Now, if you're making one or two and you're planning on just feeding it out that day, the only thing you want to watch out with that moisture content is if it soaks into the bag, it'll weaken it. But now you have all your items in there in the donut. So now all you want to do is just crimp down your edges. One of my favorite things about bird toys are the bird toys that you can put together in, a minute or less. And especially if you weren't talking about it, if you were just making this definitely has the potential to be one of those. I always feel weird when I was more enriched and did a lot more work to put something together than the bird did interacting with it, because something like this can easily be torn apart. So depending on the bird that you're using this for, if you're giving this to something like a macaw or a cockatoo, realistically this could be a pretty big foot toy. You can also mount this on different toys. It's a good way if you have some toys that your bird isn't as interested in. If you can position this on, if you have a chain with like wooden blocks that's made for chewing, go ahead, position this over this. The good thing about the paper is it's pretty pliable, so it will conform to whatever shape you need it to be. You can go ahead and mount something like this on the side or the top of the enclosure as well. But it is a paper toy. It's a foraging toy. It's not something that we are expecting to last very long. We're actually hoping that the bird will be very, very excited and jump right into this. But there you go. You've got this one. If you saved the leftover piece of bag, you actually get a bonus toy as well All of that is going to cost a grand total of, I don't even know, I'm not going to do the math on it because it's going to be fractions of cents. You know, this is a very, very cheap toy to make, but a lot of birds really, really enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy making this as well. All right, guys, and see, that really is all there is to it, to putting this toy together. And you see, not only did we make one, we actually made a bonus toy as well. Now, with this bonus toy, you can do the exact same thing. You can take some of the paper shreds, go ahead, put them in there. This right here is a great way to get animals started with foraging. And especially if you try to put this item in there and the birds show no interest, you may want to start with something like this, because I can take, you know, some small wooden beads. I could take a little bit of this seed mix. You know, birds are going to have to root through the paper to find the items that are in there, but they'll still be able to see them. So this is a great starter step. Once you get a bird doing this, you know, this and this do not look that different. The bird will already associate, hey, there's things that I like inside this toy. So if you try to put this one together and your bird shows no interest, go ahead and use the little standing bowl to try to just encourage that. But you get multiple toys out of one paper lunch bag, which again is going to cost fractions of a cent. So it's definitely one of the things that I recommend for people who do have a lot of birds, because trying to provide enrichment for a lot of birds can be very, very costly. So I definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and work on building your own toys. Now again, I make this disclaimer with every single toy, anything that's going to go in with your bird. You want to remember that you know your bird better than anyone else. So it's up to you to observe your animal interacting with an object. It's up to you to make the assessment of what items are going to be safe for your bird. You know, for some big birds, you want to avoid, you know, flimsier things. You want to avoid things that they can easily bite and swallow. But if your bird doesn't do that, obviously that's not something that you really need to worry about as much. I will say, every time you give an animal something new, you need to be prepared to at least watch them a little bit, because it only takes one time for something to go wrong, for something to go terribly wrong, and obviously that's something we want to avoid. Now this kind of toy right here, this is actually really, really easy. This is something that I've given to a wide variety of species and had no issues with this, so I certainly hope you guys have found this video useful. If you guys are putting it together for your animals at home, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let us know what animal species you are working with. You know, I found it really interesting that some of the other videos that I'm making toys for birds, people are commenting that they're using it for things like rodents and rats. And these toys are completely useful for those animals as well. You know, you don't want to get bogged into the categorization of different toys. This isn't just a bird toy. This can be used for a wide variety of animals. So I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I certainly hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. All right, thanks.